It's a very famous verse from the Bhagavad Gita. We can understand like this. It's easy to understand the symbolism Krishna has given. Point is our original consciousness covered, just like I was explaining recently in college, that actually the amount of energy and enthusiasm person has is inherent in it. It's not able to get it from somewhere. All we have to do is to remove the unwanted things which are harassing our system. It's like a smoke covering a fire. You know, Krishna consciousness is not imposition, it's natural. But what happens is that when we accumulate, that is called anartha, unwanted things in our system, it becomes like a smoke screen and we can't see anything. Correct? So there are 3 platforms which have been given. The minimum covering is like a smoke covering fire. At least you can see the fire once in a while. Krishna's example. Second, Krishna says the mirror covered by the dust. You can't see your face. Right? Referring to a very dirty mirror, you can't just see anything. It's as good as the wood. And then third, referring to embryo covered in the womb, thorough covering. Just like in a lake, when all the dust settles, you can see everything. Correct? The lake is muddy, you shake, thing you can see. You allow all the kachara to settle, it becomes crystal clear. So originally, actually there is nothing to be taught. We all know the spiritual truths. But this cleaning process we have to adopt. It's a process under the guidance of an expert person. Right? Just like you get infected by virus and bacteria, or your computer get infected by viruses, you have to go to an expert if you don't know the thing. You would rather spoil the system more, either your system or computer system. Correct? You need some guidance at this time. But similarly, in the spiritual life, just like today we had gone to the birthplace of Madhvacharya. So clear from the moment he is born. We're in the lap of his mother. And there was a personality called Shiva Bhatta. He was giving some class on Puranas. And he jumped out from the lap of his mother, 3-year-old boy. My dear Puranika, the explanation you are giving is not authorized by either Vedavyasa or Shukamuni. Small child. I'm just saying the point is like crystal clear. And he was jolted. He said, what is the correct explanation there? This boy is not supposed to have read anything by that time. He said, this is the correct explanation. And everybody, whole assembly accepted. This is correct. Right? His father is speaking about something, some Sanskrit word. No, father, that meaning you have not told. So I don't know the meaning, my dear son. This is the meaning. Just see how clear the consciousness is, so clear. And Vedic culture is great because such personalities were born in India. Pure consciousness. Correct. Person is great not because of body, not because of money. You see in the city how many people just by some tricks, cheating. Mainly in Bangalore, many people have become rich. I think at least 25%, but real estate. Okay, whatever it may be. After that, they think life is success. But life is success if your consciousness becomes good. External things does not matter. There or not there. And I was recently talking to a man who was negotiating so much with me about the rate. Some small 8-cent land, he wanted some. But it is in a very good place. So it's asking me about. So I told him, don't you think like this? Nobody in Bangalore is harassed for food. Is there anybody in Bangalore whom you can say he doesn't have food? Nobody is there. Correct? Only thing is today I am there and I want that. Okay? That's our only problem. Today I have this much money and I want that much money. That's all. Food is not a question. So why the anxiety? Why the hell the anxiety? For what the anxiety? Simply they create the artificial stuff. Therefore Prabhupada says that he warned his devotees, please don't imitate the karmis. Then you are also lost. Correct? And a karmis are like, today I have that mobile, he has that mobile, I have that car, he has that car. I have a small, that dingy house, I want flat in that, or I want an independent bungalow. That's it. For that he throws his whole life. I'm not saying you should not spend time on that, but there is a limit. After that, the time should be for something which really gives you pleasure. These things are cheating business. You are also trying, he is also trying. Take it, we do for some time, but not destroy our life about that. Correct? Because these things, something else actually gives me real pleasure, where money is not important. Okay? You see, in the life of this great saint, money was not an issue at all. Not at all. Actually, these people are full of knowledge. Full of knowledge. And we have been discussing the last few days. And the fact is, we all have zero knowledge. We don't know anything actually. These are all skills, how to play harmonium. These are not knowledge. Correct? Similarly, something we learn how to add numbers, accounts. Actually, it's not knowledge. Teachers comes to the class. Actually, it doesn't give 1 gram of knowledge to us. Therefore, we get so frustrated in the education system of today. Honestly speaking, if I am allowed, I'll break all these buildings. Waste of time and money. Person is not learning ABCD of knowledge. You see, Bhagavad Gita is the only book of knowledge, wherein Krishna begins knowledge by identifying us as separate from the body. Knowledge begins there. Who am I? Somebody calls you on mobile. Who are you? I don't know. What is this? You're mad or what? Isn't it? 20 years of education, I also thought one day, they not taught me one thing, who am I? Am I the body or I am something else? Okay, so things should be very properly understood actually. But why people are not, this urge, this thirst for this knowledge is not there in our system, because I am covered. Even this skill and art you can't learn. Suppose mind is disturbed, and even if I give you a textbook, you can't read half page. Your mind is so disturbed. Correct? Isn't it true? So even to acquire skill and knowledge, you need purity of mind. And to know the knowledge of God, who is supreme pure, you have to have pure mind. Many people say, no, show me God. First, you have to have pure mind. Then you can understand God. It is not a joke. Common sense. Even to understand little mathematics, physics or accounting, I have to need some peace of mind. Otherwise I can't study or understand whatever concept is there. And you say you will understand the glories of God with the mind which is like a monkey. You can't do that. You can't do it. It has to. Therefore it's a process. If I have to understand how bacteria are infecting me, there is a process I have to undergo. I have to study some medicine. There is a process of microscope. Then you can understand. Correct? You see everywhere, if you want to measure the size of this, there is a process. You have to understand what is dimensions, what is the definition of meter. Correct? Otherwise I can say this is meter, this is meter. No, there is a definition. There is no standard scale they put somewhere actually. It's a funny definition actually. No meaning. Some scale they put, this is now meter. Okay. Otherwise you can make this meter. I can make this as meter. Correct? One scale they put somewhere. And you have to measure with that, that's the standard of meter. Similarly, for foot, one king, his step was the standard. The next king, Bounty, was very short after him was born. So they had a confusion. Then they went about making a standard size. One plate they have kept, that is defined as fit. Similarly, meter. So even to understand even fundamentals of these things, you require a little cool head. To understand God without cool head, how is it possible? It's a great knowledge. Okay? So, therefore some purification is needed. And Prabhupada said in the purport, the best way to purify the mind is to chant the holy names of God. Even Madhvacharya, a great personality, he says, Kalau nama matre na pujate Bhagavan Hari. Just by chanting the holy names of the Lord, you can worship Hari. In fact, if you look at his life, It is so amazing. It is said Madhvacharya, in this reference in the scripture, the same person who came as Hanuman to assist Lord, whom he assisted? Lord Rama. The same person who came as Bhima to assist Lord Krishna in his mission, correct? Came to assist Vedavyasa in his mission, to give the correct guidance of the Supreme to common man available. Why Vedavyasa needed help of Madhvacharya? Because his literature was being misunderstood. He did his job with all good feelings, sitting in a hut in Badrikashram. Nothing he has to get in return, correct? For the good of the world. He nicely documented the whole Vedic knowledge. But people then started pulling, adding their own ideas inside the Vedic literature. And therefore, now to assist, he came in Madhvacharya form. Say Vayudeva. This is many times referred in the Vedic literatures. We found reference in Vayu Purana. We found reference in Vedas also. And by the different activities he did in his life, many times, he showed power of Hanuman. It is documented. You know? In fact, in that place, still his footprints are there. He jumped from the huge mountain nearby, the Devi temple, to that place. Even though the footprints are recorded. And the whole life was like that. But the point, the most important point is that it's not just the knowledge which is showed. He showed the knowledge which is practically has no history. Such kind of knowledge he showed. Unimaginable knowledge. Take it of the Vedic literatures. We can't even estimate. But the most important fact is devotion to the Lord. And there is a book actually I took from that temple, Life and Teachings of Madhvacharya. I was reading the whole thing. Such was his knowledge. Such was his knowledge. Whole book goes like that. I thought the writer forgot the main point. He didn't come to demonstrate his knowledge. He came to serve the Lord. Correct? Hanuman did not go to Lanka to demonstrate his strength. That was the secondary issue. His main issue was he wanted to serve Lord Rama. Correct? Bhim didn't enter the Mahabharata to show his strength. He came there to serve Lord Krishna. Actually, none of the Pandavas wanted the war. Krishna wanted the war. Therefore, they were fighting. Correct? Bhagavad Gita was spoken because Arjuna refuses to fight. Before that, in Mahabharata, I was surprised to read, when the armies are assembling at Virata, Bhima refused to fight. But that time Gita was not spoken. Draupadi intervened. So what nonsense he had to take. These people, crooks, have to be punished. But anyways, it got solved by that much. Arjuna Gita had to be spoken. But anyway, the point is this, that they didn't demonstrate their power. They came to serve the Lord. Whatever was they came, that was exclusively for service to the Lord. Correct? Similarly, Madhvacharya also didn't come to this world to show knowledge, which has no comparison actually. Maybe we can compare his Vedavyasa, that's all. Like that. No comparison. It's like phenomenal it is. He has written two commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. He has written explanation of all the 10 important Upanishads. He has written explanation of Mahabharata. He has written explanation of, so much work. It's like impossible work to be done by any human being. But still, what is to be noted and focused and taken blessings of his is his fixed resolve to serve the mission of the Lord in this world. It is not that the Krishna needs our help or Lord Rama needed help of Hanuman. Do you think he needed Hanuman? He could have done all alone. You think Krishna needed his Pandavas? Correct? If Krishna would have decided the fight, over. In fact, when there was a time in Mahabharata war, when Krishna lifts a chakra, one broken wheel, and charges at Bhishma, Bhishma throws the weapons. No point. My Lord has come. Anyway, he was a devotee of his He was also a great devotee of Krishna, Vishnu. So what is the use fighting with them when God wants to fight? You know, when Parashurama, that's the Parashurama Tirtha, this place is, there is a lot of Tirthas made of Parashurama after conquering the world, takes a land from the sea and he sat for meditation there. And he threw his weapons. All the weapons were Divya Astras, they became one kunda. There are 4 kundas there. Gada, Tirtha, Tirthas they became Gada Tirtha, Parashu Tirtha, that is this Khadga, and Bana Tirtha and Dhanush Tirtha. So anyway, so the point is, this is what should be our focus. I may not be so powerful or knowledgeable like Hanuman or knowledgeable like Madhvacharya, definitely. Correct? Do we have the strength? No. But whatever, we should understand the Lord in this world is having a mission. This word is not just like that. Otherwise, why did Lord come? Why does the great servants are coming? The Lord's mission is disturbed. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani. Dharma means his mission, his order. Dharma doesn't mean some nonsense thing. The dharma to shakshat bhagavat pradipam. Dharma means orders of the Lord. When the orders of the Lord are being disobeyed in this world, the Lord comes down himself as incarnations. And sometimes he sends his servants. You go, correct the things. Just like suppose there is a nuisance somewhere. The king may send his different people or himself can come to set everything right. Okay? So in that respect we should understand life of Madhvacharya. He came to fulfill the mission of the Lord in this world. Just like we say for Rupa Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. They come to establish the mission of the Lord in this world. And their conscience so clear. Here we are talking about different amounts of dust and dirt and mud. Correct? That is our consciousness. You can take in either of them or all of them. But they are so crystal clear. The resolve was so much at 8 years of age or 9, he left the home for sannyas. Just walked out of the house. His father searching, he found him at the feet of Achyuta Preksha, who was begging, give him sannyas. You know? And father said, my dear son, if you don't come home, I commit suicide. He tore his upper cloth. Okay, I have taken sannyas. Like that. You can't check their resolve at all. Can't shake. Well, they come to this world not for, normal Vyavaharika nonsense we get absorbed and neither we can imitate them. But just these are the leaders for us. They're fixed to establish the mission of the Lord in this world. They are not living for just like we are living. We are living if we can eat nicely tomorrow, correct? If I can sleep nicely tomorrow. This is an animal life. Life without mission, correct? And what mission can be greater than the mission of the Lord in this world? There can be nothing greater than that. Just like Arjuna was saying, Krishna, I don't want to fight. Because he was taking an example of like one of us. I have my own life. What is your order? What is your mission? And then he heard Krishna, correct? In the Bhagavad Gita. And then after that he said, Karishye vachanam tava. Now I want to fulfill your mission. Every word, what is it said? Every word you have said, Krishna, I will follow. No, every word. What is the shloka? Sarvametam ritam manye yadavadasi kesha. Krishna, every word you have said, I accept it. I want to fulfill your mission. Today all of us want to fulfill our own mission. Believe in yourself. What nonsense. Rubbish. Correct? Our, therefore, objective of life, of my life can become successful if I can absorb in the Lord's mission. What can I do for the Lord? What does God want to happen in this world? And I can do something about it. It is so nice. The day is spent, I close my eyes, something I do, my Lord. Give me strength, I can do better. Then, when one day we have to close our eyes forever. Forever means this life. We sleep every day 5-6 hours. Then you have to sleep for 7 months. Human birth. 7 months time, you get consciousness manifest in the womb. Till 7 months you are alive. but consciousness is not manifest. Correct? Somebody is saying in the womb we are dead. Prabhupada gives a powerful argument, beautiful one. He says, dead? When a child is born dead, does it become alive? If it is born dead, whatever chemicals you put inside his mouth, any dead man, they bring the dead body, whatever you give him laddu, payasa, will he become alive? No. But the womb, the child becomes alive. It is not first 12, it's not like normal situation ideally, correct? And the Vedas reveal to us, which we can't know by any experiment, because soul cannot be known by ABCD thing, but can be understood why, even by logic, matter does not organize itself on its own. Just like this room is there, suppose all of us leave this room, lock this house away and come after million years, things won't organize itself on its own. Even entropy law does not agree to that. Entropy law says things should disorganize over a period of time. Correct? We have organized this room. But in the stomach, the matter is organizing itself. Correct? Of the mother, one cell becomes many cells, they become differentiated. It cannot happen on its own. Even the soul is not manifesting consciousness, its presence is there. Therefore, we can see features are forming, eyes are forming, legs are forming. Because dead things don't do anything. We don't have an experience like that. Correct? You keep table and chair in this room, come after one day, they have arranged very nicely. Matter has no creative capacity. I don't know what they are teaching in colleges, I don't understand. Fool's paradise. When Acharya went to America, he said, my Lord, when he touched shore of America, he prays, his prayer is there. My Lord, such fools, what I am going to teach them? How will I be able to understand any knowledge? You know, later when by God's grace, movement began, he told disciples, this country is a fool's paradise. It's a paradise definitely, so rich, so opulent. But it's a fool's paradise. Because I don't see any knowledge in anybody, all fools. Okay? So we should try to understand the mission of the Lord. Therefore Bhagavad Gita is there, such a beautiful book. Just this one book, suppose if I can understand, my life will be successful. Okay? Little knowledge if I can have. Definitely I need color to fill my belly. Nobody is objecting to that. We are not impractical. Arjuna, after hearing Gita, did not take sannyas. Correct? His kala of killing, his kala was how to kill. He used it to serve Krishna. He knew how to kill, that's all. But he satisfied Krishna by killing. Krishna wanted to kill some people, he did for Krishna. Kill him, kill him, kill. Correct? He was not acting on his own initiative. Krishna wanted him to fight, therefore he fought. So similarly, we may have some kala, okay, that's fine, but our life should not be lost in that. Our life should remain glorious. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.